Holy fucking shit, this is crazy.
Definitely before us, like a Cianjo lifetime.
Oh, her blindfold out.
Dreams
Damn, poor Jingyuan is just watching this again. Oh, man.
will eventually fade like clouds from the sky.
Is this a letter?
A letter quietly lies on the table in the passenger car. Judging from its texture and style, it's from Jianzhou. On the paper, the names of the sender and recipient are all omitted, with only a faint trace of dim ink vaguely visible. You unfold the letter, and the ink immediately becomes visible, as if an invisible hand holds the pen like a sword, making swift, decisive strokes. After a moment, the content regains its original appearance. I've learned of your return to your home, how you upended the ancient seas and saved the world from danger. I am sure this has recovered your forgotten memories. In accordance with our old vow, we should once again roam our lands of past, drink in celebration, and recount our great adventures. Who is homie talking about?
Upend the ancient sea and return to old ground.
It's a letter for Dan Heng,
It's
yeah.
a letter for Dan Heng, but who is it from?
Jingliu.
I should ask the conductor.
We're doing that first. I want to know more about her so much. The appearance of this letter makes you feel uneasy. You evoke the cloud hymn, and a droplet of water condenses from the air and soaks into the letter. The handwriting disappears, and another line of writing blurs due to the water stain. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. She's talking about her, Baiheng, Blade, Jingyuan, and Danfeng. So the people that must pay a price are Danfeng, Blade, and herself, probably.
After all this time
Oh,
away
Amelie.
from Alafu, the seat of divine foresight has only become more hostile. It's quite reassuring.
Dude, Amelie is such an incredible voice acting. Oh my god.
Relax. You needn't be so cautious, young man. I'm just reminiscing about the old days.
The lip sync is pretty on point too. Yeah,
However,
I actually like
I never
her
thought
role in Dress Up
Jingliu would
Darling
send
too.
you to accompany me.
She also does Uta in the One Piece
It
film
would
Red.
seem our fates are intertwined.
She does a character in Kaguya-sama Love is War too.
Huh?
Yeah, she actually has a lot.
Got
She's
my work cut out for me today.
she's voicing a character that's coming out in the new Trails game that they announced for next summer. And I didn't even know it was her at first. I was like, wait, holy crap, she can actually change her voice quite a bit.
But he did leave a message. Dan Heng, do you recognize the person on the steps?
I think so.
Can't say that I know her, but she does look a little familiar.
The previous sword champion of the Xianzhou
Oh.
La Fu. She was the closest friend of Imbibitor Lune, your previous incarnation.
Closest friend.
She was also the general's master. According to records of wars past, her blade has slain countless denizens of abundance. Not even the feather guards of the Wing Weaver, the father wolf of the Borazon, or the gigantic mecha beast could withstand a single strike from her.
Jesus.
She's a renowned legend. However, those are ancient stories. It's a shame that even a hero like her wasn't able to break free of Mara.
Yep.
It is said that in
She walks the
end,
fine line
Jingliu
between
lost her
Mars-struck and
sanity
insanity.
slaughtered anyone
Yep.
in sight. She was deemed a criminal and fled to outer worlds.
I have a theory that she lost her sanity because, so let me pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Jingliu and Baiheng. So there's some like archives in the game that talk about what the fuck, where did it go? There's some archives in the game that talk about this character, Baiheng, which is like the cheerful one of the group and the one that like kept them all sane, right? And so the thing in the archives of the game is that she burned to death. I don't remember how. I don't know if it was like an enemy or something that someone did, but after that happened, Jingliu could not get over her death and lost her sanity to the Mara and became Mara struck. And then Don Heng's previous reincarnation, which was Inhibitor Lunae, tried to do something to revive her, and that's the sin that he did in his past life that got him exiled and deemed a criminal because he tried to revive her, and then in turn that just like did a lot of fucked up shit in the past to Blade and Jingyuan and all. That's why they all split up. But I think Jingliu could not get over her death, and that's what happened.
Her surrender came with one condition: that she be allowed a day of freedom before the trial. She wanted to travel to Scale Gorge Waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. I can't believe
What?
Jingyuan
Wait,
actually agreed.
so that's what she was doing? She came to surrender, even though she talked about how she wanted to kill the gods? Doesn't make sense. She was allowed a day of freedom, so she wanted to travel to the waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. So the letter that she wrote was saying that out of 5, 3 must pay the price. And she suddenly stops talking. Like her, you perceive a chill settling in the air around you.
Imbibitor Lunae, you're here. Since you traveled all this way, why don't you come and talk with me? Or should I call you by your name in this lifetime? Don Hung.
Gotten hung like a horse. I think she wears the blindfold because she's worried that, not worried, but like it stops. If she sees something that triggers her emotionally, she will become Mara-struck and become like psychopathic. So that's why she wears the blindfold, so she doesn't get triggered.
But then I returned to the Luofu and watched as you
Oh, so she
parted the
watched us
sea.
do all that. Wait, so she watched us fight Fantilia too?
After all these years, it was a magnificent sight to behold.
Damn, bro, chill.
Young man, have you ever heard of
Oh,
Baiheng?
I love that we're getting Baiheng lore.
Baiheng. Huh. I think I've seen that name somewhere before.
Do they have a memorial here for her or something? The name is unfamiliar to you and lytics no feeling. Elicits, my God, I can't talk. I'm trying to read too fast. Elicits no feelings. However, a voice inexplicably rings in your ear.
Let the noble High Elder drown the enemies in rain. We just need a watch from the sky, I presume?
Wait, so they voiced Baiheng. Is she alive? There's no way they would pay for voice acting for a character that's dead.
Imbibitor Lunae, if memories are returning to you, share them.
I only remember fragments.
I think she was one of Imbibitor Lunae's comrades.
She was a comrade and friend to both Imbibitor Lunae and all of us. Well, that's all in the past now. The reason we came to Stargazer Navalia is because I wanted to pay tribute to her here.
Oh, okay.
Huh? You mean the Foxian soul-soothing ceremony?
Yes, the sending off of a star skiff. It represents
We had to
the
do that for
voyage
Yukong's
of the
companion quest
deceased
too, yeah.
into the stars. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I never had the chance to bid farewell to her.
So by
It is something I have regretted to this day.
her saying circumstances beyond her control, I think that she's talking about her becoming Mara-struck due to like not being able to deal with the loss of her and her death.
As for procuring a star skiff, I know they can be manufactured here, but I know nothing of the process.
I see. Follow me.
Oh?
After being away from the Luofu for so long, I can finally say farewell to you.
So, what happened to Baiheng in the end?
Oh shit, here we go.
And I do not think the details are necessary. We are
They
here
are
today to
necessary though.
commemorate her.
I'm pretty sure in the archives it said that she burned to death.
In Baiheng Lunay, do you still remember the battle against Shuhu?
Shuhu. It was a bloody battle against the denizens of the abundance.
Did Dan Feng fight alongside you?
Yes, the High Elder was held in higher regard. The Cloud Knights became wary after learning of Dan Feng's imminent arrival. General Tang Xiao called for me to guarantee the safety of the troops. But Baiheng didn't care about any of that. She believed that the High Elder was mortal and no different from the soldier next to her.
Wow.
You ran a fair share of errands for her when she was still around. Let me refresh your memory. During that battle, Baiheng, being the headstrong girl that she was, managed to exhaust the luck that was bestowed upon her by the Rainbow Arbiter. She charged ahead and shattered the enemy's defenses, allowing the Xianzhou soldiers to break through Shuhu's sanguinary abyss and awaken you from your dragon's delirium. She was not able to walk out of that fight. We all shoulder a debt that we will never be able to repay. For the Cloud Knights, giving up one's life on the battlefield is an honor.
Yeah, he didn't believe in that. He wanted to revive her.
That wasn't something you believed in Baiheng Lunay. You couldn't accept that Baiheng was gone. Instead of leaving her to eternal rest, you decided to... You made a mistake that can never be undone.
Yep.
There is no need to respond in Baiheng Lunay. Your answer is no longer important. And now, I will send off this star skiff.
You're supposed to put something that reminds you of them in there, though, first. That's how the ritual works.
Baiheng, I've brought your flagon. This was a gift handmade by him, though he never got the chance to give it to you in person.
By him? Who's him?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to find it. Only by bringing it to you will my nightmares be calmed. I will fulfill what you asked of me. I will keep my word, even if it requires me to cut down the stars in the sky.
And by stars in the sky, I'm pretty sure she's talking about the gods, like the Aeons.
Let's go. The Artisanship Commission is next.
I wonder what it is she promised her. One thing I will say I dislike about,
Since the Arbor's resurrection,
Star Rail compared to Honkai Impact 3rd. Hold on.
with abominations. Even the Artisanship Commission's prized creation furnace is hanging on by a thread.
So, one thing I will say Honkai Impact 3rd does way better in is storytelling. I do think Star Rail is better in storytelling, but I think one thing that Impact 3rd does better is the music. There's some parts of the story stuff that should have sadder tones of music, but instead it either has nothing playing at all, or it's just like the area music, which doesn't really fit with the scene, you know?
Those are the words of the one who made Cloudpiercer for you. Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Out of all of us, you were the closest to him. It was strange, really, to see someone so arrogant get along with someone so proud.
Yan Sing, Blade. In your dreams, you see a man with a motherfucker with an indistinct face, standing arrogantly and irreverently in front of the gun rack where the cloud piercer is placed.
This spear is sharp enough to pierce dragon scales. Be careful, High Elder, lest you hurt yourself with it.
Yingxing.
You still remember his name.
It's now Blade, though.
When he was but a child, he swore to take revenge on the abominations. That's what drove him to travel across the stars to the Xianzhou to receive training. When I first met him, he wasn't even as tall as my sword. But he was boasting about mastering all the crafts of the Artisanship Commission by the time he was 100 years old.
100? Jesus.
The little brat was no less arrogant than the High Elder. At first, I wasn't too fond of his defiant nature. But when we met again, he was able to craft weapons that astonished the master craftsman. He even snatched the Artisanship Commission title of Furnace Master. Unfortunately, the Alliance would never allow a short-life species to run the Artisanship Commission. He was only able to prove his worth alongside us outcasts in the end.
So, are we here to commemorate your short-life species friend?
Eavesdropping is a bad habit. Besides, when did I ever say he was no longer in this world?
Yep, it's Blade.
Even the cryo capsules wouldn't be able to extend the life expectancy of a short life
No,
species
but
for
Mara
long.
can.
If he is still alive, he must be ancient.
He became a long life species.
He transformed into a long life species?
Correct. Such are the twists of destiny. Some people are born with unparalleled foresight and exceptional intelligence, but make the most ill-advised choices at destiny's crossroads. As smart as he was, he made the foolish attempt to use the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to aid in Baiheng Lunay in resurrecting his deceased companion.
Oh, so they were in cahoots? They were both trying to do it.
Stupidity turned him into a monster, cursed with immortality. His soul was shattered and became the evil that he hated most. The irony.
Why did he hate and hit and Bibber Lunay so much
you
then?
don't seem to have that much pity.
If it was also his own
I
fault.
gave him a second chance. Does that not count?
A second chance?
What did you do to him?
He should have been eternally jailed in the shackling prison for his crimes. But I gave him a different kind of freedom. I took the shell that once held his soul and passed my sword techniques on to him. I let him die 100 deaths to remind him of the karma of his previous life. Afterward, I heard he was reborn and even gave himself a name. We've idled too long. Let's head
Jesus,
to the
that's
Alchemy
insane.
The man I knew would never have admitted he was bested.
Okay, this is gonna get crazy. What the fuck? This companion quest is crazy.
She's here for a consultation.
Oh, I see. Are you here for your eyes? Or is it something else?
My eyes are fine. I cover them to avoid seeing that which reminds me of the past and
Riles my inner demon. So I was right. That's why she has the
have been disordered
blindfold
lately.
on.
You're Mara-struck? I don't see the symptoms in you at all.
Yep.
What with the incident on the Law Fu, I've treated a number of Mara-stricken patients recently. They all presented with signs of incoherence, delirium, or frightening physical mutations.
She's just that OP that she's has it under control, dude.
I made a deal that allowed me to retain what life I had left in me.
Yep.
I may be sane, but one thing is certain. My mind is already at its limit.
Oh, shit.
And yet, I still have many unfulfilled wishes.
Wait, so what's gonna happen to her then? What the fuck?
Unfinished business.
I see. So you've learned to live with your illness. I can't help much with issues of the spirit, but the medical records do mention that calming the mind is a way to heal the body. If you're able to
forget about the past,
there might be a chance for your symptoms to regress.
Really? How unfortunate. My hatred overshadows my other emotions.
oh my god.
I chose to hold on to it, to embrace it, and to use it to maintain my existence. All I have left are the sword in my hand and my hatred of the past. If I am without either
I'd
of
fall
them,
into an empty void.
I would fall into an empty void. Thank you for your advice, Dragon Lady. Meeting you has provided more healing than any kind of medicine or remedy. By the way, among those you've treated in recent days, did you notice a person in
Blade.
bandages?
Bandages? That's a vague description, you know. I'm not sure. We get injured patients from all over the Xianzhou for treatment, and the number of injuries we see has skyrocketed since the Ambrosia Arbor crisis.
The person I'm inquiring about is tall, with a serious expression. He also carries a crude sword with him at all times. Have you seen someone like that, Dragon Lady?
Today.
Oh, yes! Someone came by today that matches that description. He must have suffered some kind of sword wound. He had a strong scent of blood. Though, from the way he behaved, it must have been fairly minor. He didn't even take the medicine I prescribed.
Oh, blood? How was he attacked?
He's probably looking for a different kind of medicine. Well then, it would seem that everything is in place. Let's go meet our old friend.
Okay, so we're gonna get to the climax now. Here it is.
Take this man away. This does not involve him.
Yanqing.
And so, everyone is present.
Except for Baiheng.
I never thought the High Cloud Quintet would be able to gather again in the same place after hundreds of years. If I remember correctly, the five of us made a promise here 7 centuries ago.
7 centuries ago.
We promised that no matter what happened, we would gather here together and share a drink.
That was the toast that they made in Bibber Lunay's animated short.
Waterscape remains empty while the world continues to turn. Some of us have been reborn, while others were denied death. Some have become criminals, while others can no longer fulfill their promises. And in the end, our friendship is no more. Soon, I will be shackled and tried. This will be the last you see of me.
I don't believe that.
This is why I sent out the invitations before departing, hoping that everyone would be gathered here for my final farewell. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price.
Them 3.
Imbibitor Luné, the chief culprit, chose to use the transmutation arcanum as a means of resurrection, begetting terrible transformation and great calamity in the process. He dishonored the name of the fallen. Ying Sing, the accomplice, arrogant and oblivious, used the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to assist Imbibitor Luné in his evil. He fell, becoming
an immortal abomination.
As for Jingliu, the sinner, she succumbed to Mara, slaughtered her people, and abandoned her oath.
So she's one of the 3 that needs to be.
Now it is time we pay for what we have done. Dan Heng, you can never escape the shadow of Imbibitor Luné. He is your origin, and his sins will accompany you in your path forward until you meet your eventual doom. Blade, what a fitting name. In the remainder of your infinite life, you will experience only murder and your own death, all the while pleading for a place to rest. This is the only way you are able to relinquish Ying Sing's regrets. And I will face the punishment of the Alliance and suffer an eternal punishment before paying an even worse price.
Which is?
That is the only way to keep the memory of the pain of the past from fading away. High Cloud Quintet, it is time to say goodbye.
Talk to Jingliu and Jingyuan. How happens if I talk to Blade? Blade coldly looks at you.
A wineless gathering, accompanied by only sadness and bitterness. What a depressing reunion. Jingyuan, is it not time you sent me to the Shuling?
The laws of the Alliance cannot be subject to change. Unfortunately, your next stop will be the Yuchi. I reported everything to the Marshal, and the Seer strategist just so happened to take an interest in the case. They set up a Deca-light reflection barrier in hopes of meeting the 2 of you beforehand.
Jingyuan, you haven't changed at all. Always trying to destroy the plans of others. But in the end, whether it be you, me, the Cloud Knights, or the generals of the Rainbow Arbiter, we are all just pawns in a game of the gods. I am sick and tired of treading on a predetermined path. No matter, I will deviate if you insist. But this does not change how things will end. Ultimately, I will stand on the side of victory.
What the fuck?
Then I shall see this gamble through.
Wait. Jingliu, before you leave, you still owe me my due.
Which is?
I have tried. Besides inflicting more wounds on your body, there is nothing else I can do for you. The immortality that you possess is not something that can be dealt
Damn,
with
so he just wants to die.
easily. I am sure Destiny's Slave already told you that the swords of mortals are incapable of killing someone with the flesh of an emanator.
He did. But you still owe me the attempt.
Oh my god.
I told you when I taught you the way of the sword. I am uninterested in drawing my blade against someone who does not long for life, who wants only to be slaughtered.
You will only draw against an opponent. Jingliu, allow me to repay you for your teachings.
Savor the moment. I will deliver you a brief moment of death.
Jesus. Oh, fuck. Wait a minute.
We were here once, 700 years ago.
Oh, fuck.
Sparring and thinking about the future.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Before my eyes, like a bygone dream. I thought those joyful days
Holy fucking shit, this is crazy.
definitely before us, like a Cienjo lifetime.
Oh, her blindfold out.
Dreams
Damn, poor Jingyuan is just watching this again. Oh, man.
will eventually fade like clouds from the sky.
The words there was sad. Oh, damn, he got fucked up.
A familiar feeling. Almost as if we've returned to my first sword lesson. You used the sword Insing crafted, and pierced, sliced, and impaled me time and time again. The swordplay used to slay our enemies of old is still engraved on this despicable shell. All I can do is watch my flesh become severed,
Jesus.
and restored. It's as if they're saying,
Why?
why did you and Imbibitor Luné commit such an unforgivable sin?
Because they couldn't deal with the death of their best friend.
I know that you have no interest in my answer. Which is why I asked the question as you looked me straight in the eye. I've asked myself that same question infinite
Jesus.
times.
This is a beautiful cutscene. I mean, a
but
beautiful
was never able
scene.
to find the answer. Why? Why is it that only the abominations can return time and time again?
Oh my god, dude. I'm taking screenshots, I'm sorry. Oh, Baiheng seems so precious. I can tell why they all lost their mind after her death. She looks like must protect, you know what I mean? And then like seeing someone so precious and just that they love die is, oh my god.
Why does someone like her have
Burn
to, be
to
buried,
ash.
burned to ash, and eventually forgotten? Why?
Jeez, this voice acting is really good.
In the end, you unleashed the final piercing blow and left both me and the sword in the withered grave. The miraculous thing is that in my brief moment of death, all the pain went away.
That's why he's been searching for a place to die.
Like when we drank to drown our sorrows.
Damn, I like that we also got a lot of lore for Blade in this. This is probably the best companion quest in the game right now. I think, in my opinion. Yukong's was really good, but this one is definitely the best one right now.
Imbibitor Lune, what do you plan on doing next?
Damn, that actually got me really emotional. Blade's like speech there. Fuck, the voice acting was on point. God damn.
Once this gathering ends, I will return to the Express to continue my journey.
The Express won't be able to carry you forever. Your friends all have burdens of their own, just as we did back then. I did think about giving up on revenge and letting go of everything when I fled the Luofu years ago. However, as time passed, it became more and more clear. It was like an old friend that accompanied me every passing day, always nagging in my ear. The memories of what I did when I was Mara-struck are deeply rooted. Since I am unable to rid myself of them,
Damn, that is actually so sad.
I decided to face them head on in the end.
She literally has to deal with the fact that when she lost control and became Mara-struck, she murdered her own people and abandoned her oath. And like that's probably the nightmares that she's having constantly when she's saying she's starting to lose her mind. She's probably having nightmares of her killing her own people that she swore to protect over and over. Oh my God.
Maybe when I witness the fall of the abundance, you and Ying Sing will find true release. Goodbye, Imbibitor Lune.
No, don't go. Bid farewell to Blade. I want to talk to Blade.
She couldn't do it with her sword either. She still couldn't do it. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. This is the price the two of us must pay.
If you wish, I will see it through.
I will see it through.
Elio's script still requires you to stay alive. For now. I don't mind.
I want to know more about Elio so
vengeance. It might be more interesting that way.
Man, why do we gotta say goodbye to Yan Qing? Fuck him. He was just a chaperone here. Who gives a fuck about Yan Qing?
Dan Heng, the general wants me to forget about everything I saw today.
He's just trying to protect you, yeah.
I understand. These disputes are far too complicated for me right now. Swordplay is a lot simpler.
True.
I have some close friends of my own in the Cloud Knights. Will we fall out the way you guys did?
Aw. Don Hong's like, yeah, okay, buddy. I gotta go. Fuck you.
Goodbye for now, Dan Heng. I hope the next time we meet, it'll be under happier circumstances.
You know, I know a lot of people say that the reason they like Honkai Impact 3rd more than Star Rail is because Honkai Impact 3rd is more about Kiana and her journey. And sure, you get more on Mei and everyone else too, but it's mainly focused around Kiana, right? I like that Star Rail, while the main character may not feel really important right now, because you know you don't feel as attached because he's not voice acted and stuff in a lot of the heavy moments, but I like that it's pretty much about the journey of the Express crew and not just about the main character. Which you could arguably say is the same thing with Maiden, Jesus Christ. Raiden, Mei, and Kiana and Bronya. All three of them, right? And Sela. But I just really, I'd never seen that idle animation before. Damn. I really like the, like that this is about the journey of the entire crew. And we keep getting little droplets of lore of all of them. Also in the Japanese version, Jing Yuan calls Jingliu master still. So he says Shisho, like when he talks to her.
She's gone. All this must have seemed like a silly performance to someone
Damn,
newly
that's sad.
reborn. But I am unable to prevent my old friends from taking sides against one another.
Damn, that's so sad.
Who you are is a question that only you can find the answer to. Even if the Preceptor's interference denied you a true rebirth.
I have to go. What the fuck?
Yes. It has been a long day for you, Dan Heng.
New message. Is everything okay, Dan Heng? Legions and I heard you received an anonymous letter and we were worried. See, I love them. We were worried, so we came here to check on you, but you weren't in the archives. Did that poker face Stellaron Hunter blade give you any trouble again? I went to meet some old friends. Phew, that's a relief then. I love March 7th. By the way, don't forget to head back to the Express early. Himiko said she made coffee for us. Clouds leave no trace. Damn, this was, in my opinion, the best companion quest that we've gotten in this game so far. That was really fucking good, man. Holy shit.